talk about my stories. These are my stories. I don't watch anything else but 90 Day Fiance, and it's so tired sometimes, but then it gets really good at times. Um, last night I watched this one, The Other Way, and The Other Way was kind of boring. It wasn't that much interesting. Um, but Happily Ever After, it started out pretty good, and then it kind of dipped, and the last couple episodes have been really, 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 really good. So if you watch these stories, I'm gonna talk about it right quick. Georgie and Darcy. I go in and out of paying attention to Georgie and Darcy, um, and I kind of don't understand what their problem is. Besides, besides Darcy playing the victim, and it all goes back to, I feel like Georgie has been kept saying the same thing over. Like, she doesn't trust me. She doesn't, and it's just like, if you don't trust him, why are you still with this man? I think they got divorced. I'm really not sure. I think if you go to their Instagram, you'll see that they're still together. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's for the cameras, and then sometimes I'm like, is this for the cameras? Like Julia and Brandon. Let's just skip to the Julia and Brandon real quick because they're not. I don't really know what's going on with them either. I just know that they're going to Europe or something, and she's pregnant. She cracked open that bottle of wine quickly when that mother brought came over. That was hilarious. Um, I don't really know what the issue is. I really can't. Besides, like the parents all up in their grill every episode, they're talking about the parents, the parents, the parents, and I'm over the parents too, Julia. I don't understand, and I think the parents are acting. But TLC gotta be cutting them a check. What's the True Life or whoever there's a protection company? They gotta be cutting them a check because I'm just like the parents are just so performative. And then Brandon at the end of the episode, he was so performative, also crying on the kitchen floor. It's like and Julia just looking at her like, "Good boy, if you don't get up." Julia's over the mother being so nagalicious, and I don't blame her because I'm tired of like it's entertaining to watch, but I'm sure it has to be really annoying if this is actually real. I don't even know what are they arguing about. First, it was I can't even tell you what their whole I can't even tell you what their whole storyline was because I don't even know. Besides her getting married, the parents came. The mother was just being too much, too extra. Now Brandon quit his job. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, um, Georgie and Darcy. Georgie. Okay, wait. Darcy's dad looks incredible to be fighting cancer. She over there sniffing. You know what? What made me so mad? I usually don't watch the beginning episode because these episodes are so long. So I'll like go get some food, go cook it, and it usually it's not Darcy and Georgie starting off. It's the quadruple, the thruple, uh, uh, the dude in the New Orleans dude and the Ukrainian girl. I'm forgetting everybody's name. Um, it, it starts off usually with them, and I don't even pay attention to them. I couldn't even tell you what their storyline is about. Besides, like you told my husband, or my husband said you were fat, and you're body shaming me, and I'm body shaming you, and you're body shaming me, and I'm body shaming your dad. I'm just like I don't understand what they're all. It's just like they just needed a check, which is like okay, y'all could have came up with something else if you needed a check. I need a check, TLC. Let me get on here and act a couple of seconds. Well, I can't say it now because then it's out the bag. But anyways, um, Georgie and Darcy. The dad looks great, and he over there telling Darcy, "You a sugar mama." I told you this was gonna happen. He raised his voice. He was mad. He was mad. So I'm guessing. Georgie isn't. I think the biggest thing is Georgie is not financially. And I think she said this earlier in the season that he's not financially transparent about his finances. And so I think that's her biggest issue with him. But I'm just like, okay, I guess that's important. But like, why do you have to keep making an issue out of no issue? And then like, also, like Georgie said at the end of this episode, she's always making me look like the bad guy, and she's the victim to her family. She doesn't tell about any other good moments, and we really don't ever see good moments with them. I'm just like, are y'all really in love? Because all y'all do is argue. Which other couple just? Oh, Jasmine and Matt. I'm like, are y'all really in love? Because Matt just sits there so like monotone and so like defensive looking, and then Jasmine is always crying. I'm sick of that. So I'm just like, are these couples really in love? Because all we seeing is just like these cold, these winter nights, these cold moments. I'm just sick of it. Are y'all saying anything? I don't know. I can't even see. Okay, but anyways, so Georgie and Darcy back to their daddy, telling her you a sugar mama. I told you this was gonna happen, and then they're just looking at each other like, yeah, he's right. So then they get into the car. I don't know where they were going, but I'm like, why are they having this conversation now? I guess it was before or they were going to the fashion show. Because I'm like, why are they having this conversation after the fashion show? But I wasn't paying attention that well. That much. I was paying attention, but not that much. So they're in the car, and she's like, why don't you just tell me? Why don't you ever pay the bill? I guess he's not paying his portion of the rent, which is interesting. It is interesting that, and he's not like giving any kind of excuse, like, oh, I forgot, or oh, I'm trying to move to accounts or something. He's not giving any kind of excuse. He's just like, what if his excuse was like, if you want the money, I'll give it to you anytime you want money. And so, um, then she's like, I think oh no, yeah, the sister was like, well, are you in this for the long run? And then, uh, Georgie's like, I keep telling you, and he said this before. He was like, if I was not in love with this woman and I didn't want to be in this relationship with her for the long run, I would not have taken her to. Well, I mean, it is a show, but I would have not taken her to wherever he's from to meet his parents. And she's like, just don't be wasting our time. Don't be wasting our good years. One thing about these foreigners, they will clap back in a second and not give a him. Georgie, he's clapped back before this season, and it stunned everybody. And then Julia, in her first years, Julia would slap back so quick, hilarious. He was like, "No, don't be wasting my good years." Everybody in the car was like, "What? Excuse me?" The car was swerving. The driver was even looking in the mirror. I was cracking up. He said, Don't be wasting my young years." And I'm like, "That's how you get them. That's how you get them, Georgie." They didn't say. I don't think they said anything. I think they cut the episode off. But that's what you get. That's what you get, Darcy. I really don't understand. Like, I guess he's just not being forthcoming with like a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm like, how did you get married to this man and you don't know about his finances, or you're just? I think, and then at that point, oh yeah, Darcy was like, uh, I'm 50 years old and I'm fabulous. I got businesses and I got fashion and da 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 da. And I'm just like, and she was saying all that, but her face looked so scared. Like her face, well, the plastic surgery gotta like help a little bit, but her face looked so. She looked so scared, and I'm just like, I looking at her and her saying those things, you can just tell she doesn't want to be alone. She doesn't. She wants to be married. She wants to have a man, and I think that's what their whole like Darcy and Stacy. They've been on this thing for what 10 years, and I think that's their whole thing because I feel like there've been multiple men. I have not paid attention. This is the first time I paid attention to both of them since their second iteration on the show, and so I just think they don't want to be alone. They both don't want to be alone. And then Darcy Stacy's husband, the one that doesn't speak, Florian or whatever his name is, the one that like acts like he doesn't speak at all, like he's a what do you call the people that don't speak? I'm forgetting everything, but I'm just like y'all just like marrying these men because y'all don't want to be alone. Clearly, you guys do have money because look at your dad's house and that whole like her daughters are so beautiful and her daughters seem more sane and so much more conscious and sane more than their mother and aunt. But like the the dad has money. They come from money. They have money. So I don't think money is really the issue. It's really being alone and being in your 50s, almost 60, looking crazy with the plastic surgery, being alone. I'm just like, oh, I'm sick of watching them. But every now and then they'll give a good little. And I don't know why Stacy and Florian or whatever his name is have a confessional. Like we don't need that. Yeah, y'all doing too much. I guess get your money any way you can. Gino, Jasmine, and Matt, you play stupid games, you gonna win stupid prizes. For Jasmine and Matt to go to that lawyer, that immigration lawyer, I believe she was an immigration lawyer, who didn't give a fuck about the sad story. She was like, this is she's writing it down. Jasmine's like, me and Gino, we picked him out together. And she's like, you picked him out together. She wasn't no shit. I'm surprised, or maybe it hasn't completely aired yet to America, all of America. But I'm surprised Jasmine is still in America, because these allegations are probably not going to be taken lightly. These immigration fraud allegations, oh we. And you know what? I didn't understand. Like Jasmine, as the immigrant, she can file for divorce so soon. Like they just got married. It hasn't even been 2 years. It really maybe okay. I'll say 2 years because they tape and then like a year almost goes by and then they air it. So I'm like, it hasn't even been 2 years. She, as the immigrant, can go and file for divorce. That's a whole lot of freedom. That's what I'm like. Is that possible? Maybe I should just look that up because I feel like that would be like anybody can do that at that point and just get your green card in. Once your green card comes, get the divorce, call it a day. Now you're here. It doesn't make sense, and I don't know if that's actually possible because Matt was like, this whole thing with the baby could be Gino's, and if she gets deported, the baby's not American, which makes sense. Well, no. I thought if you get deported, wait, I thought if you did get deported, the baby might have. No, I think she said the baby doesn't have immigration. The baby doesn't have citizenship in America. But I feel like that is true. If you go have a baby, that baby at least has, or maybe because of the allegations are coming up. I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird. And then Matt being like, I don't want to. I want you to hurry up and get a divorce because I don't have no baby with no woman who's already married. Well, the deed is already done. Like you can't go back in time and say, "Oh, just because now she's divorced, this whole like baby while she's being married isn't an issue anymore. It still is an issue, and you can still bring it back up, like social media probably will." Gino, Jasmine, and Matt. I'm sick of Jasmine crying every episode. I'm sick of Matt just like grilling her every episode. They are obviously on two different pages most of the time. I don't understand this relationship, and I feel like this relationship was an accidental, baby. It clearly was. It was. I think it was accidental, but then they talk about it like we didn't. Yeah, it was. I feel like this was an accidental, but they were like not using protection. That's what I'm bringing up. You're not using protection, but this whole baby thing is an accidental thing. Like I don't get it. I really don't get it. Maybe it's like a plan that they have. I don't know. That's all. Tiger Lily and Adnan. I don't know where they at. I I didn't even watch the last of it, but I was watching reviews on it, and I was just like, I didn't know he said all of that, and he did all of that. Cause like they could just get so. Ooh. Oh, they got divorced, or she's divorcing him, so it doesn't even matter now. This tell all. If they do this tell all correctly, this is gonna be a good tell all. Now I'm sick of it being. We're on episode like 20 at this point. Let me see. We're on. And I got so exhausted because like you just want these seasons to end, but they keep going and going and going, and some of them are, some of the episodes are good, like I keep saying, but some of them are just like, oh god, where did it go? I was just watching it. Oh, here it is. We're on season 9, episode 15. So we probably got like 2 more episodes, and they're gonna wrap it up at like 3. Oh no, we got at least 5 more episodes. 20 episodes, 20 weeks. How long is 20 weeks? 20 divided by 4, maybe 3, but divided by 20. What was that, 7? 17? I don't know. I'm not good at math. That's all I got. Thanks for listening. Leave a